Thank you for joining us. I'm Carly Barnett, in for Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Elliot Rodriguez. CBS 4 News at 5 starts right now.
This is CBS 4 News at 5.
This is a staggering and heartbreaking number that affects all of us very, very deeply.
Right now at 5, more families will soon have peace after 14 more victims are recovered from the rubble of the Champlain Towers collapse site in Surfside. That brings the total of confirmed deaths to 78. 62 are still unaccounted for.
Crews say they will continue to sift through the rubble as long as it takes to find the missing. Community and faith leaders are at the site to help honor each victim and support these grieving families.
Another priority is determining what caused the structure to come down and looking into the stability of neighboring buildings.
As the recovery efforts for those that are missing moves forward, work to make sure that this tragedy does not happen again at other buildings is just beginning.
This is residents that raced out of their condos over safety concerns were allowed to return today for just 15 minutes to gather their belongings. We have live team coverage tonight. Let's begin with CBS 4's Joan Murray.
I have to get out of her home.
It was a tearful return for some of the residents allowed only 15 minutes to retrieve their belongings from the Crestview Towers building.
They were forced to evacuate that building a week ago over safety concerns. CBS 4's Peter Dench has been following the story. He's there live right now. And Peter, just one of the many difficult days for those residents.
That's right, Elliot.
Now to the latest in the coronavirus pandemic. The CDC updated its guidance for schools, saying if you're vaccinated, masks can come off. This is as Pfizer makes a push for the third dose of its COVID-19 vaccine, but FDA officials say it's too soon to recommend a booster. CBS 4's Skylar Henry reports from FDA headquarters in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Pfizer is moving forward. CBS News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
The United Teachers of Dade released a statement this afternoon in response to the CDC's suggested guidelines. The union said it's prepared for a full in-person school year to start in August. The union also urged those who can to get fully vaccinated before the school year begins. And for children not vaccinated or under age 12 to wear their masks.
Still ahead on CBS 4 News at 5, the billionaire space race heats up. Richard Branson hopes to beat Jeff Bezos to the edge of space. What's left of the storm is moving quickly through New England after leaving behind a patch of wind damage and flooding and some strange scenes, Carly, in New York City.
I know,
flooded
the
subways.
subway. I don't think I need to go anywhere that badly, that's for sure. And for a look at our forecast here at home, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Craig Sepser.
Yeah, we don't really like to look back except when there is a tropical system moving away from us. So let's go back to Tuesday.
Now at 5:30, the search for the lost in the building collapse in Surfside. The round-the-clock recovery mission turning up 14 more victims today as mountains of debris are taken to a site where it will be held as part of an investigation. Any moment now, we are expected to get an update from local leaders, and as soon as that news conference happens, we will take you there live.
But first, CBS 4's Brooke Schaefer is in Surfside with a look at the mission to match belongings found in the debris with their owners.
The road to Turning now to the Biden presidency, President Joe Biden just signed a sweeping executive order aimed at helping workers and consumers. The White House says it will lower costs and increase wages for workers while also promoting innovation and faster economic growth. The order includes 72 directives or recommendations encouraging federal agencies to take action on a range of issues, from airline baggage fees to selling hearing aids over the counter. It also takes aim at big business and tech by calling for a restoration in net neutrality rules, a ban on non-compete clauses, and greater antitrust enforcement.
Rather than competing for consumers, they are consuming their competitors. Rather than competing for workers, they're finding ways to gain the upper hand on labor.
The president's executive order also directs HHS to come up with a plan to lower prescription drug prices, while also calling on the FDA to expedite the safe import of pharmaceuticals from Canada. Well, John Dickerson is in for Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation this week. He joins us now from New York. Well, John, the president's been defending his decision to leave Afghanistan with the U.S. military mission to officially end in the next couple of weeks in August. What are some of the expected consequences of our exit?
Well, as we've seen already, one of the
John, on Sunday, you have the CEO of United Airlines on. Obviously, the airline industry, one of the hardest hit by this pandemic. So is he seeing any clearer skies ahead for the industry at all?
They are seeing a real rebound in travel.
Time to check out what's trending on this Friday evening. The world's longest reigning monarch paid a visit to the world's longest running TV soap opera.
Queen Elizabeth dropped by the set of Coronation Street as the series marked its 60th birthday. The Queen is reportedly a fan of the show, which has been broadcast in more than 130 countries. During the set visit, the Queen also discussed how the show had resumed and carried out production during the COVID-19 pandemic. How about that? We're just casually talking about them visiting space. 14-year-old Zaila Avant-Garde of Louisiana made history at the Scripps National Spelling Bee last night, becoming the competition's first African-American winner. Avant-Garde won the bee by correctly spelling Morea, which is a genus of tropical Asiatic and Australian trees. But that's not all. She is also a basketball star who currently holds 3 Guinness World Records for dribbling multiple balls all at the same time. President Biden also took to Twitter to congratulate her, saying, quote, "Congratulations, Zaila. We are so proud of you. I have a feeling this isn't the last time you'll be making history."
I have a feeling he's right.
Presidential endorsement.
Multi-talented.
To add to the list with her 3 world records, of course.
There are always great videos and stories to see online.
It is time for a new edition of Taste of the Town. If you like a side order of art with your dinner, then you may want to plan your next meal at Leiku. That's a hidden gem in Miami's Alapata neighborhood.
Leiku is located inside the new Rubel Museum, and as CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo found out, Leiku brings the taste and flavors of Spain's Basque Country to South Florida in a delicious way.
Petrillo, CBS 4 News.
Well, if you want to check it out, Leiku is located at 1100 Northwest 23rd Street in Miami's Alapata neighborhood.
Wow, and you studied in Spain, so you could probably order off that menu better than I could.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do kind of want to take that bread and
hit
a little whack.
I like that. And the beets.
Yeah.
Love those. That's
Looks
CBS
good.
4 News at 5:30.
Here's what's next on CBS 4 News at 6. Could you pack up your personal belongings in only 15 minutes? Well, evacuated residents of the Crestview Towers had to do that. We're live with the stories they shared with us.
Better safe than sorry, what Surfside's mayor is telling us tonight about its recommendations that all buildings on the east side of Collins Avenue, regardless of age, have a structural review.
And new details 2 days after the assassination of Haiti's president and the role the U.S. is playing in the investigation. CBS 4 News at 6 starts right now.
This is CBS 4 News at 6.
Now at 6, back home briefly. Evacuated residents of the Crestview Towers in North Miami Beach lined up today to wait for their turn to get back inside. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Carly Barnett in for Lauren Pastrana. It was a race against the clock for the people who were displaced. They had just 15 minutes to grab as many of their personal belongings as they could and then get right back out.
Tonight we're hearing their stories, and your heart goes out to them because of what happened in the little time they had to get all their belongings. CBS 4's Peter Dench is live outside the condo building.
And now to the latest on the Surfside building collapse. This is day 16 of a round-the-clock search mission at the site. The operation transitioned to a recovery effort 2 days ago. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava announced that 15 additional bodies had been found in the rubble since last night, one of them during the day today. That brings the total number of confirmed dead to 79. The number of people possibly unaccounted for is now 61. Tonight, a ripple effect from the building collapse is potentially impacting every building in Surfside on the east side of Collins Avenue, regardless of age.
Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett is making new recommendations to condo boards and owners to ensure safety. CBS 4's Joe Murray spoke to the mayor today and is live in Surfside now with details and what the mayor told her. Joan?
Yeah, I had a long conversation.
Well, Joan, the question here, the mayor mentioned a lot of recommendations, but will these condo board members be willing to pay for all of the costs that it would take?
Yeah, you know, hiring these engineers, they do run a couple $100 an hour.
And right now we have new details 2 days after the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. 2 South Florida men have been arrested in connection with a deadly ambush at his home.
Now, we are now learning that the United States is sending help to assist in this investigation. And CBS 4's Austin Carter is live in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood with the latest on this. Austin.
Hey, Carly.
Welcome back. Now, all new at 6, we have updated COVID positivity rates this afternoon from the Florida Department of Health. And the numbers are up. Statewide, it's now nearly 8%. In Miami-Dade and Broward, it's more than 5%. And positivity in Monroe County is more than 9%. The weekly vaccination rates also came out this afternoon. Statewide, 58% are protected. The numbers are significantly higher here in South Florida, particularly in Miami-Dade, where nearly 3 out of 4 people have gotten shots. Certainly never hurts to be prepared. I myself went and got some bottled waters and just went ahead and started stocking up.
Yeah.
No, and you know what's so smart about that is you want to be ahead of everybody else going to get it. And people start doing that when the cone is over.
Don't forget, you can always watch our newscast streaming live on our website, cbsmiami.com. Plus, you can get all of the day's late-breaking news with our new CBS Miami app. That's available now in the App Store or Google Play Store.
And that's our news for now. The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell is next.
And we're back in half an hour with CBS 4 News at 7. See you then.